My name is Jimmy Raeburn. In Glasgow I was born. My face and habitation, forced to leave and scorn. Be my place and habitation, and never gang more. Far fae the bonny hills and dales, the Caledonia was early in the morning, before the break o' day. I ever had the turnkey who unto us did say, arise ye hapless convicts, arise ye in an awe. This is the day you are to stray, in Caledonia. We all arose in misery, our hearts were full of grief. Friends all gathered round the door, could grant us no relief. Parents, wives and children, their hearts were breaking twa, to see us leave the hills and dales, the Caledonia. Farewell, my dear mother, God I'm vexed for all I've done. I hope none will upcast thee the race that I run. I hope you'll be provided for when I am far away. Far fae the bonny hills and dales, the Caledonia. Farewell, my honour fair, God you are the best woman. Likewise, mine dear sweetheart, Catherine is her name. And there will walk the Clyde school stream down by the broomy law. For I'm underneath the hills and dales, the Caledonia. And my name is Jimmy Raeburn. By Glasgow town I came, my place and habitation I'm forced to leave in shame. Be my place and habitation, and now bide far away. Far fae the bonny hills and dales, the Caledonia. Far fae the bonny hills and dales, the Caledonia.
From the album 10B&H, that's Martin Boland and Alan Hunter, Jamie Raeburn, and you're listening to the Garden Sessions, gardensessions.co.uk, contest at podcast@gardensessions.co.uk. I'm Jack Foster, and with me, as always now, are the tuneless and hopeful of the folk scene.
Well, I'm hopeful.
I'm talking, of course, of Frank Burkitt, who says he's hopeful, and Dave the Angles Gimble, who obviously must be tuneless.
I've got a cold, I can't sing at the moment, so...
You do sound like you've got a cold, actually. I didn't notice that before, but you do.
Well, the winter's knocking on the door, so...
It's not really knocking on the door, it's kind of charging through it.
We're coming to
Really
you
angry
this week from the deepest, darkest depths of the folk scene in Edinburgh.
We certainly
the
are.
cellar of the Royal Oak, the Grand Old Opry of folk.
You may be able to hear the distant folky hum of the kegs being cooled.
The reason is, though, we've been relocated from the Bothy. We're getting some renovations done. We're having Tom's room turned into a games
Oh
room.
yeah, we get a bit of a snooker table.
We're going to have a snooker table next time.
Apparently they have to take one of the walls off them in order to get the snooker table in, so I'm not too sure if
I'm also installing a small decorative pig.
This is Frank's whim that's just broken the budget.
it's destroyed the budget. All of this for a decorative pig.
A mosaic pattern ceramic pig.
Do you not agree that it completely ties the room together now Tom's gone? You know?
It's no replacement for Tom, though.
No, of course not. But, you know, it's a start.
That's large and gluttonous and sits in the corner.
Oh, harsh words from Angles. Tom, of course, is on the other side of the world in New Zealand, and we shall be receiving reports.
Not
from
far
his
enough, it would seem, to avoid abuse from
there's nowhere you can go. But yes, we'll be getting reports back from Tom's World Folk Odyssey.
I'm licking my lips.
Yes, not this week, but the next show, I'm sure we will be having some wonderful reports from that. Dave, you look excited. But you've been charged with responsibility this week because, unfortunately, in all the confusion, the Junction Pool featured artist report that was promised to Garden Sessions listeners has gone awry.
Jack lost it.
No.
Jack lost it.
Look, it's probably in New Zealand. I don't know.
It got lost in the confusion is what's important, listeners.
Angles is looking for it.
But the main thing is that, Angles, it is your job.
Yeah. And if we don't have it next week, apparently it's my fault as well. Even though it was Jack that lost it.
Although
we
will be appeasing the Junction Pool fans this week because we have a track from their album later on in the show. So you can look forward to that. The prog folkers. The prog folkers.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, Frank, the next song.
The next song is going to be a great song, actually, one of my favourites. It's "Carry It No More" by Jed Milroy.
The light shines through a frosty window, and the heat pours out the door. She says, come in and lay your bag down. You carry it no more. You carry it no more. Carry it no more. And you come into coloured lights twinkling, and the candles flicker as they burn. She says, come in, lay down beside me. You'll be travelling no more. Be travelling no more. We'll be travelling no more. And the love that we lose on the way goes to show we've grown. And you come into friends laughing and talking, raising their glasses, they laugh with their eyes. They say, come in, sit down beside us. Carry it no more. You'll carry it no more. You'll carry it no more.
Carry It No More, Jed Milroy from the album Travelling Song. Sorry, we're a bit hysterical down here in the cellar of the Royal Oak.
There's not much air.
It must be the fumes. But yeah, no, that's actually probably one of my favourite albums, Travelling Songs, in the last wee while. It's a fantastic album.
Very, very good album. Very, very good song indeed. You're listening to the Garden Sessions, which this week is coming to you from the cellar of the Grand Old Opera Folk, the Royal Oak.
It's lovely and spacious
it's very
down
nice.
here.
The bath is getting renovated, and we've got everything we need here. Plenty of seats. The wee folk club seats are doing the job nicely. And we've got lots of spare pint glasses. And we'll be sending Angles up to the bar soon, I think, because my pint is almost empty. Frank, yours is empty.
Mine's completely dry.
Say what you see, everyone.
Dave.
Tell us about the next song.
Yeah, we got to get on to some more music because we're talking utter nonsense. The next song is from Nick Keir from the album All Over This Town, and it's called Long Road.
And it's a fantastic song, and incidentally,
Nick Keir's upstairs, yes.
So they say. Upstairs,
so they say. It's a rumour. I'll probably find out when I get sent to the bar.
Downstairs while he's playing upstairs.
it's like some kind of crazy karmic folky
That's what I call,
balance.
you know,
Yes,
live.
Nick Keir, Long Road.
Felt the wind over car to bar, it took a long road to get here. Navigating by a shooting star, it took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. Spent some time on the borderline. It took a long road to get here. Bought a house that was built on sand. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. And I'm still riding cars with strangers. And I still love those pretty lines. And I'm oblivious to the dangers that lurk in those beautiful, sparkling eyes, those line lines. Making love in a stranger's house, it took a long road to get here. Running home quieter than a mouse, it took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. And I still fight with the devil. And though I hardly win around, and though I like things on the level, can't keep my feet on the stone cold ground, the stone cold ground. Late last night I heard the back door slam. It took a long road to get here. Frankly, darling, I don't give a damn. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. And I still jump without a safety net. And I've made people cry, it's true. I'm always leaving on the next train, yet my heart dreams of home when I dream of you, when I dream of you. Felt the wind over car to bar, it took a long road to get here. Navigating by a shooting star, it took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road and a heavy load. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road to get here. It took a long road to get here.
A truer word was spoken. Nick Keir, Long Road, from his album All Over This Town. Frank just bashed a microphone with a pile of beer mats.
Apologies.
Getting carried away
There's
in
so
the cellar
many
of the
down
Royal
here.
Oak.
Indeed.
This is episode 43 of the Garden Sessions, did you know?
Wow.
And it is our first episode without Tom. He's on the other side of the world in New Zealand, in Christchurch, I believe. He's found a pub.
Called The Bog.
Yep. He's bringing a touch of the oak to it.
Such disdain, Dave.
Yeah.
The Bog
It's called
may
The
be
Bog.
it may be a lovely place.
It might be a lovely place, but it's named after The Bog.
Oh, it might be a nice bog.
There are some.
This is a lovely deviation you've taken us on, Dave. They're listening to the Garden Sessions. Gardensessions.co.uk. Contact us at podcast@gardensessions.co.uk. And please do contact us because we love to hear from you.
We do.
We do. We can't get enough of your emails.
We could actually do with some more.
Send them in.
Start typing.
And we are available on Radio Britfolk, radiobritfolk.co.uk, and 98.8 in the Edinburgh area. That's Leith FM Angles.
Where Leith lives.
It does indeed. And of course you can hear the podcast on Garden Sessions, as well as lots of free downloads of music and
Folky news.
it's an experience in itself. It's a folk portal, some might say. We're expecting reports back from Tom and his World Odyssey next week, though. Anyway, Frank, what's coming up on this show?
This show, well, we've got for the Junction Pool fans, we've got one of their songs coming up in just a moment.
Ooh.
We've got the official
Bated breath.
Garden Sessions download chart based on all the free downloads.
Will Sophie Schure still
Will
be at
she?
number one?
That is a good question. We've got Dave's angle. Still not had a hint yet, Dave.
You're not getting a hint either.
Oh, come on.
Nope.
Can you tell us anything about the top 10? Climbers, non-movers.
I can tell you about the top 10. We got 4 re-entries, 1 non-mover, and 3 climbers.
One non-mover, eh?
Yeah.
3 climbers.
Mhm.
Just the one non-mover.
Just the 1
Wonder
non-mover.
It's a fast-moving chart.
Frank,
Might
I
be
wonder how
Sophie,
you're
might
doing.
not.
It might be. Frank, how are you doing in the chart, I wonder?
I do wonder that, actually. I sometimes don't sleep at night, but I think I'm probably one of the climbers.
Yeah, I have. We've got 2 that have gone down as well,
It's
though, Frank.
Well,
After
that's
could
be one of
harbinger
those.
doom in the corner of the Royal Oak cellar. That is Dave.
Indeed.
Dave, what's the next song, tune?
The next song is the Junction Pool track that we promised, and it is from the album, self-titled album Junction Pool, and it's called Alistair's Bass Fiddle.
It's folk, but not as you've ever heard it before. Junction Pool, Alistair's bass fiddle from their self-titled album Junction Pool. You're listening to the Garden Sessions, gardensessions.co.uk. Contact us at podcast at gardensessions.co.uk. We're coming to you from the cellar of the Royal Oak this week. The Bothy's in renovation at the moment, and Angles, you are searching for that Junction Pool report. Not as we speak.
I will have it as soon as possible.
Yes, you can't look just now because obviously you're preparing.
Prepare the Huskies for the search for the Junction.
Okay, that's an elaborate.
It's in Alaska then.
Yeah,
that's a hint, at least from Frank, as to where it might be.
That's worrying. We don't have a correspondent in Alaska.
Let's send Silver.
Not yet.
Silver will take it. Anyway, we don't have a jingle yet. So, Frank,
it's news. It's folk.
What is it, Frank?
It's the folky news.
Does that leave a sour taste in your mouth, Angles?
God, it's horrible.
Well,
I feel like I've betrayed him.
Oh.
Not Frank, Tom.
Anyway, smoothly on.
And the folky news this week brought to you, as ever, in association with Paddy Bort's Wee Folk Club.
Well, every Sunday night at the Oak, we've got the Wee Folk Club at 8:30. An intimate venue, 30 seats, acoustic. It's a great night out. We've got fantastic musicians and singers. Every Sunday night, do come along.
And we're actually sitting in the Wee Folk Club seats as we speak.
Yes, it's surreal.
This Sunday, the 14th of October, at the Wee Folk Club, we have John Kelly, Harmonium Hero.
That's some subtitle.
But the top story, hands up for trad. In association with BBC Scotland Interactive, will be hosting the 5th Scots Traditional Music Awards weekend in Fort William from the 29th of November to Saturday the 1st of December 2007. The awards, which give recognition to excellence within Scotland's thriving musical culture, encompass all aspects of traditional music, from Gaelic song, folk, Scottish dance music to pipe bands and a host of other in between. Another important part of the evening is the induction of this year's nominees into the Scottish Traditional Music Hall of Fame. Acts performing at the 2007 Scots Traditional Music Awards ceremony will include the Unusual Suspects, Shugal Nifty, the Red Hot Chili Pipers, Sylvia Barnes, Kathleen McInnes, the Marianne Anderson Scottish Dance Band, Kintyre Youth Pipe Band, Faze Roche, Katrina Watt and the Anna Massey Band.
What a lineup.
Some lineup, isn't it? Our compares this year are BBC Scotland's Marianne Kennedy and Stuart Castles. So there you are. That sounds pretty good, actually.
Not too bad so far. What do you reckon out of 10? We're judging Frank's first folky news.
I'm going to give him maybe a 3 out of 10
yeah,
so far.
I was thinking three and a half maybe. He's quite forceful.
He's good, but he's no Tom.
Well, as I brush the beads of sweat from my brow, I'll read the second story,
It's a phrase we've heard before in the Garden Sessions.
Which is the Burn Song Gathering 2007. Hundreds of entries were received for the Gathering 2007 from people of all ages and differing musical styles from across Scotland. The winners will perform their songs live at BBC Scotland's new Glasgow home at Pacific Quay.
Glasgow City of Culture,
not on the Pacific. You can't call it Pacific
It's
Quay.
Glasgow. They can do whatever they wish.
But anyway, the new home of BBC Scotland is Pacific Quay, and on Friday the 13th of November they'll be performing at the Gathering 2007, and they will receive a week-long residency in songwriting through Burnsong. The Gathering 2007 winners included Andy Neat, David Ferrard, and former Garden Sessions download chart number 1, Laurie Watson. Tom, there's one for you. Keep up to date with the latest folky news at gardensessions.co.uk/news, and that's the folky news.
He didn't do so bad.
Didn't do too bad. We should give him a 6.
I don't know if Tom's going to be too impressed.
We'll get an email from Tom in about a week's time after he's heard this, saying what your overall rating shall be.
Well,
currently, are we sitting on a 6?
We're sitting on a 6.
That's harsh.
I'm waiting.
Very good.
I think Tom will get back with a 5 or a 4. Even
Frank, do you want to get your own back on Dave and get ready to rate? Because it's time. I can't wait any longer.
I can't.
The official Garden Sessions download chart. The official Garden Sessions download chart.
Bring the thunder.
So far, 1 out of 10.
Well, if you'd let me
Must
start,
do better.
Jack. This is the official Garden Sessions download chart based on free downloads from gardensessions.co.uk. At 10, it's the first of our re-entries for Jamie Laval and Ashley Broder with The Cuckoo and the Blackberry. At 9, it's a re-entry for 4 Chords and the Truth with Bonnie Susie Cleland.
Good
and at
song.
8, it's up 1 for Behold the Field of Megaliths with Weir.
That's some bassy rhythm.
Behold.
Behold.
At 7, it's down 3
out of 10.
For Rantum Scansum with Hush. At 6, it's down 4.
For who?
For 6 out of 10 himself, Frank Burkitt, featuring Cassandra Steele with
This
Military
is not
Band.
your week, Frank.
No.
Not at
No.
all. At 5, it's a re-entry for Laurie Watson with When Maggie Gang's Away.
Whoop.
And at 4, it's another re-entry for Claire Mann and Aaron Jones, Saints and Sinners.
And way off in a distance, they rang the bell. Way off in a distance, they rang the bell. And it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in a distance, they rang the bell. Way off in a distance, they rang the bell.
Frank letting the side down there, banging the microphone whilst doing the actions for Saints and Sinners.
It's a poor showing. At 3, it's up 2 for Sinead Connolly with Eileen Og.
Ooh,
She's back.
This is
She's
shaping
back.
up as one hell of a top 3 so far.
At 2, up 1 for Sophie Tersura with Peggy Gordon.
Hang on a
She's-
minute. We
she's-
didn't mention the non-mover so far. That
She's
can
a-
mean only one thing.
Yeah.
It means that the official Garden Sessions download chart is again a non-mover, Sophie Tersura with Cruel Sister.
And deservedly so.
Holy potatoes.
There lived a lady down the North Sea shore, lay the band to the bonny brew. 2 daughters were the babe she bore. Fa la 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 la. As the one grew bright as is the sun, lay the band to the bonny brew. So coal black grew the elder one. La 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 la. A knight came riding by the lady's door, lay the band to the bonny brew. He travelled far to be their wooed. La 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 la. He courted one with gloves and rings, lay the band to the bonny brew, but he loved the other above all things. La 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 la. Oh sister, will you go with me? Lay the band to the bonny brew, to watch the ships sail on the sea. La 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 la. She took her sister by the hand, lay the band to the bonny brew, and led her down to the North Sea strand. La 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 la. And as they stood on the windy shore, lay the band to the bonny brew, the dark girl threw her sister o'er. Fa la 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 la. Sometimes she sang, sometimes she swam, lay the band to the bonny brew, crying, sister, reach to me your hand. Fa la 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 la. Oh sister, sister, let me live, lay the band to the bonny brew, and all that's mine I'll surely give. Fa la 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 la. It's your own true love that I'll have and more, lay the band to the bonny brew, but thou shalt never come ashore. Fa la 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 la. And there she floated like a swan, lay the band to the bonny brew, the salt she bore her body on. La, 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 la.
Sophie der Schure, Cruel Sister. The Garden Sessions #1 for the second time running. Impeccable taste as always, Garden Sessions listeners. Will she make it a third time? That's the question. Angles doesn't even know at this stage. No one knows.
Not a clue.
Only you, the listeners, can decide that. You're listening to the Garden Sessions, gardensessions.co.uk. Contact us at podcast@gardensessions.co.uk. And it's angle time. Dave, what is your angle this week?
The angle this week is another Kate Rusby number, and it's called The Blind Harper.
And it's from her album Underneath the Stars.
Have you heard of the blind Harper, how he lived in Hogmaven town? He went down to fair England to steal King Henry's wanton brown. First he went unto his wife with all the haste as go could he. This work, he said, will never go well without the help of our good grey mare. Said she, take the good grey mare, she'll run o'er hills both low and high. Take the halter in your hose, leave the foal at home with me. His band went to England gone, he went as fast as go could he. But when he's got to Carlisle gates, who should be there but King Henry? Come in, you blind Harper, and of your music let me hear. But up and said the blind Harper, I'd rather have a stable for my mare. The king looked over his left shoulder and he said unto his stable groom, go take the poor blind Harper's mare, put her beside me wanton brown. First he harped, then he sang till he played them all so sound asleep. Quietly he took off his shoes, down the stairs he did creep. Straight to the stable door he's gone, with a tread so light as light could be. When he's opened and went in, he found 30 steeds and 3. He took the halter from his hose, and from his purse he did not fail. He slipped it over the wanton's nose and tied it to the grey man's tail. He let her loose at the castle gate, she didn't fail to find her way. She went back to her own cold foal 3 long hours before the day. Then in the morning at fair daylight, when they had ended all their cheer, behold the wanton brown had gone, so had the poor blind Harper's mare. Oh dear, alas, said the blind Harper, never alas that I came here. At home I've got a little cold foal, in England they stole me good grey mare. Hold your tongue, said King Henry, and all your mornings let them be. You shall get a far better mare, well paid shall your cold foal be. So again he harped and again he sang, the sweetest music he let them hear. He was paid for a foal that he never had lost, 3 times worth the good grey mare. He was paid for a foal that he never had lost, 3 times worth the good grey mare.
From her album Underneath the Stars, that's Kate Rusby, the blind Harper. Angles' choice for his angle this week. Well, it's not entirely your choice, actually. It was suggested by one of our dear listeners, was it not?
It was indeed. That was suggested by Ali the Postman, a constant correspondent of the garden sessions.
And what a choice, can I just say? That's
Very
a
good
pounding
choice.
song. I hadn't heard that
Yep.
before, which is ridiculous, and it's very good. Love that whistle stuff and everything. Very good. I don't have a clue what was going on in it. Dave, what's your angle?
Right. There's
Look at
this.
his notes. These scrolls.
He's committed.
I write them in angle shorthand so that you can't read them and find out what's
Oh.
going
I
on.
daren't read
Like some kind of code.
There's a blind Harper, and he's living there with his wife, and he decides one day he wants to make some quick cash. He wants to get himself a new horse, that kind of thing. So what does he decide to do? He decides to go down to see the king and steal one of his.
Uh-huh.
Right. So
Hasn't really thought it through. Maybe
But he
some
has
buskins
thought
with
it
the
through.
heart.
Does he have a
Right.
plan? Or
He
is it
has
just-
thought it through because he's got a
Right.
plan. He goes to his wife and he says, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and get us a new horse. I'm going to go and get it for free from the king.
Just like that.
But-
Does he tell his wife he's going to steal the horse?
Yeah, pretty much. But he
Okay.
says, look,
And she's okay with that.
yeah, she's fine, you know.
So
they
her
need a
morals
new
are
horse.
completely-
Their grey mare's old and knackered. So she says, look, take the mare with you. You know, you got to take. It'll go easier if you take the mare with you. So he takes the mare with him. He saddles up. He goes down to Carlisle. He meets the king, and the king says to him, "Oh, Harper,
Hang
great."
on a second. He already has a horse.
An old grey mare, though. It's knackered. It's run down.
Uh-huh.
He's no
Not a
good for
horse.
ploughing.
And he expects to swap this old grey mare.
No, he's keeping the mare. Like, he wants a new horse.
Oh,
He's going back
He
with
doesn't want rid
two
of his
horses.
old horse.
Audacity.
But the king says, "Look, come on in, play us some music." And the Harper says, "No, I need to get my my mare to the stable first, and then I'll come in and play some music." So the king turns to the
Okay.
guys from the stable and says, "Look, take the horse down, get it settled in." And the Harper goes down. And he sort of checks out the stable, checks the lie of the land, kind of thing. Obviously, feels around to find where the exits are and stuff.
Find where the horses are.
Exactly. And then he goes in and he starts playing some music, and he plays some quick numbers, plays some slow numbers, and eventually they all fall asleep. And
Does he
that's when
do the greatest hits? You know, did he take requests?
He does. He does the whole, like, he's like a bad wedding DJ.
Okay.
And then he takes his shoes off,
Wedding harpist.
and he sort of finds his way down through the castle, down to the stable again.
Why does he take his shoes? Just so he can
So,
feel.
so he's not making noise, and so he
Ah,
can
I
feel.
see. Right.
And he goes in, and his horse is there, and he unlocks his horse, and he sort of whispers in its ear and sends it off home, and the horse finds its
Is
own
this
way
Robert
home.
Redford? Is it the horse whisperer that we have here?
No, it's-
in our midst.
He's
Is there
you know,
something supernatural about the way he's
there's
getting
a bit
this
of a
horse?
connection, you know. The horse knows its way home, and he knows the horse, and they have this kind of, you know, thing. And the horse goes off home by itself, gets it all cool, and the Harper goes back in the next day. Everyone wakes up, and the Harper goes, "I'm stuck. I'm here. I'm blind. I can't get home. What am I going to do? You have no horse." And the king goes, "No, it's cool. Play us some more tunes, and we'll see you with a horse. We'll give you this nice young foal, a new horse for you."
Wait a minute. Did he nick a horse
Whole-
in the first place?
No, he sent his horse home.
Oh, right. Oh, so it's more like a con trick.
It's a con trick.
So
He's saying, "Look, I've got no
basically,
horse."
he's using his blindness to con the king out of a good horse.
Pretty much
And so he sent his horse home,
his homing horse.
and he reckons that this horse. Okay, the horse will find its way home.
It's not what you've been given, it's what you do with what you've got. As Dick
Absolutely.
Gaughan says.
Well, there you go.
Absolutely.
So he sends the horse home, and the king says, "Play us some more tunes, and we'll make sure you've got a horse to ride home on."
So did the king just think his horse was wandered off?
Yeah,
Okay,
escaped at
okay.
night, and it's his fault because it was his stable guys that put it in the stable. It was his stable. It's supposed
And
to
he
be
is a
secure.
king, so it wouldn't matter much.
Probably.
Exactly.
What's a horse?
Plenty.
So at the end of the day, the piper plays a few more tunes and then rides off on a brand new foal,
He's not
which
a
is
piper,
worth
though, he's a
3
harpist.
times Harper. Sorry, I do apologise. It's worth this foal's worth 3 times the amount of his old grey mare.
well, there you go.
Done very well for himself. in the
That's
end.
not a bad effort, but
It's pretty good going.
I mean, it's quite a nice, folky story.
Yeah,
really.
it's not bad. I thought he was just going to go and steal a horse.
There's been no blood spilled,
He managed. He did a quite good job. He sang for his supper.
and there's been no
You know.
blood spilled. You know, no pain, no anguish. It was just all pretty. The king doesn't really mind losing a horse.
Dave, what's the moral?
The moral of this one is, if you can think up of a kind of a good enough con and it's not really hurting anyone, then chance your arm and it's probably okay.
I don't know if that.
Okay, I have not much trust left in you now, Dave.
Yeah. Watch him carefully.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it to you. It was like a king. you know?
So
if,
is that your angle?
if it's not hurting anybody, yeah.
That is your angle.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, you met up with Nuala Kennedy earlier on in the year at her album launch.
I did. It was very good. It's
for
a very good album.
It is, and we're going to hear a tune from that now. It's tune time galore on this show. You know, we don't normally get so many tunes in, but we don't have a featured artist, so we have so much music to get through. This is from Nuala Kennedy's album, The New Shoes, and it's called Hop Jigs.
Jigs from Nuala Kennedy's The New Shoes.
Album. It's brilliant.
Sorry, we're still hysterical down here on the garden sessions, breathing in the musky, chilly hues of the Royal Oak Cellar.
Of some of the finest beers in Edinburgh.
Indeed, indeed. This is gardensessions.co.uk. As all you probably know, if you've listened this far, contact
and if you don't,
us.
check it out.
Podcast at gardensessions.co.uk. Jack, you're looking at me as if to say that we've got more to offer. And it's Dave. That's what we've got to offer. Dave, you are looking at me.
Well, we've got something kind of coincidental coming up now. It's obviously our first and only, so far, session in the Royal Oak. We've got a song from Christine Kidd, who I believe, Jack, did the first ever Wee Folk Club session in the Royal Oak.
Yes, Dave, that's correct. She did. This... Sorry, it's Frank messing up here.
It's the chilly hues.
It's working with a non-professional
hues.
that's just throwing us for
yes,
six.
Christine Kidd was one of the first to do a session in the Royal Oak way back in the day, and this is from her album Dark Pearls, and the song is a song which you can still hear sung in the Oak to this day, perhaps even upstairs as we speak. We just don't know. It's called Greenwood Side.
she's pushed till her back's near broke, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. She's leaned her head below a thorn, all alone and lonely, ho. The two bonniest babes that ever were born, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. Now she's getting to her father's castle hall, all alone and lonely, ho. She was the smallest maiden of them all, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. She's looked over her father's castle hall, all alone and lonely, oh. She spied two bonny babes playing with their ball, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. Oh, babes, gin ye were mine, all alone and lonely, oh. I dress you in a ribbon sae fine, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. Oh, babes, can ye were mine, all alone and lonely, oh. I'd gie a breed and I'd gie a wine, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. Oh, cruel mother, when we were thine, all alone and lonely, oh. You never proved to us a fine, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. Oh, cruel mother, when we were thine, all alone and lonely, oh. Around our necks you pulled the twine, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. Oh, babes, come tell to me, all alone and lonely, oh. The ill fate they come to me, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. It's 7 years a bird in the wood, all alone and lonely, oh. And 7 years a fish in the flood, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. And 7 years the ringing of the bell, all alone and lonely, oh. And 7 years to bide in hell, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. Oh, welcome, the bird in the wood, all alone and lonely, oh. And welcome, the fish in the flood, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh. And welcome, the ringing of the bell, all alone and lonely, oh. But God keep me fae the fires o'er hell, down in the bonny Greenwood side, oh.
I was expecting one final strum, but it never came. Christine Kidd, Greenwood side, from her album Dark Pals. Christine Kidd is one half of Sin, by the way, who were playing at Festival Folk at the Oak this summer. We had a report from them, and yeah, you probably still hear that episode. I don't recall exactly which number it is, Angles, do you?
No.
There's been so many. You're listening to the Garden Sessions anyway, gardensessions.co.uk, podcast@gardensessions.co.uk. We're a little bit confused because there's been some gremlins in the works. We don't know.
There have.
Not been an easy ride.
I mean, I've always been suspicious of the rumours that the Royal Oak cellar is haunted, but now I don't know. And maybe it's living up to
There
its
certainly
name.
are some deeper forces at play.
Yes, things
Drunken patrons playing a cheeky prank on us.
possibly, but I like to think there's something a little more supernatural going on. Anyway, we're going to move on to another song in a moment. No, we're not going to move on to another song in a moment.
No, not yet.
See, I'm confused. It's the Ghosts.
It's the Ghouls.
They only came out like just about a couple of minutes ago, but that's enough to put us off our stride.
Certainly is.
Oh goodness! In many ways, thank God, it's time for this.
Podcast.
It's been a long time coming, it seems.
Took a long road to get here, you might say.
If we nip up upstairs quickly enough, we might just be able to get it out of him live.
We may just. Nick Keir, obviously, is probably upstairs playing a Martin Boland session because we're downstairs in the Royal Oak. We're in the cellar of the Royal Oak this week as the bothy is being renovated. Tom is in New Zealand, and next show we can expect from Tom,
God knows what. Could be absolutely anything. He's in New Zealand.
but it will be the first instalment
Certainly will.
of the Wild Folk
Possibly
Odyssey.
from the Bog or Christchurch Folk Club as well.
Anyway, till next time round when we'll have all the usual features, folky news, Dave's angle, the top 10. Will Sophie Schure still be at number 1? Will Frank be in the chart at all because he's slipping out?
Steady.
Steady.
It's a possibility.
Or will Sinead Connolly make her way back up to the top spot again? Who knows? Only Dave may know. I don't know.
No, not yet.
We're going to play out though with Ross Kennedy, Jessie, the Floor of Dunblane from the album Complete Songs of Robert Tannehill Volume 1. Till next time, from myself, Jack Foster, Frank Burkitt, Dave the Angles Gimble, take it easy.
Catch you later.
Cheerio.
Sun has get down lofty ben moment and left red clouds to the sides are the scene. Plainly I stray and the calm summer gloaming to news and sweet Jessie, the floor o' Dunblane. How sweet as the briar way, it's a fallen blossom. Sweet as a bud with its mantle of green, yet sweeter and fairer, dear Taylor's bosom, as lovely young Jessie, the flower o' Dunblane, as lovely young Jessie, as lovely young Jessie, as lovely young Jessie, the flower o' Dunblane. Modest as only in life, she's bonny, but again the simplicity marks her its aim. Far be the villain divested of feeling, what light in its bloom, sweet flower o' Dunblane. Sing on now, sweet mavis, thy hymn to the evening. The dear tame, the echoes of Calderwood Lane. So dear tame, this bosom, see artless and winning, as charming young Jessie, the flower o' Dunblane. As lovely young Jessie, as lovely young Jessie, as lovely young Jessie, the flower o' Dunblane. Lost when my days till I met with my Jessie, was so the city seemed foolish and vain. That saw a nymph I could call dear lassie, till churned with sweet Jessie, the flower o' Dunblane. The main conversation, the loftiest grandeur, amidst that profusion that languish and vain.
Nato with splendour, wanton sweet Jessie, the flirt of Dunblane, as lovely young Jessie, as lovely young Jessie, as lovely young Jessie, the flirt of Dunblane.